Hello and welcome to another edition of Mailbag. What is Mailbag? Well, Mailbag is a feature of the channel where you guys leave lots of comments on the channel and I attempt to answer those comments, or if I can't answer those comments, I throw it out to you guys who have more knowledge on some of this stuff than I do. So let's get into the first mailbag of this session. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Next common question comes from XP50 Player, and this was in response to a review of the Phantom EX upgrade. Roland S50 keybed. Mailbag I did in February 2024. And XP50 Player writes, it's possible to enjoy the strengths of different workstation keyboards if you don't make yourself miserable by trying to keep up and find a single model that does everything. Because basically there isn't one. The keyboard has its poison pills relative to others. One self-inflicted problem that seems to tick off users is that companies use advances in DSP to improve sound quality rather than to increase polyphony, which should be in the thousands by now. I understand that beyond that, polyphony isn't really sexy, and it's harder to demonstrate the benefits of that beyond a certain level compared to sound quality enhancement. Now, XP50 Players hit the nail on the head. You're kind of preaching to the converted. Now, as somebody who owns multiple workstations of different ilks that have been acquired over the year, in my mind, and yes, it is a personal opinion, different workstations have strengths and weaknesses. The keyboard of one is nicer to play. The symphonic qualities of another are much more pleasing to the ear. The piano on another is the one you would go to. The ease of the sequencer on one workstation over another makes that the one you would use for sequencing. And other issues or positives and negatives come to the fore. I find myself gravitating to one workstation or another when I want to perform specific tasks. That's me personally. Synth design has moved on from the mass of wires and resistors in the first machines, and many demand the perfect all-in-one instrument. The next generation of synths will move from CPU to GPU for power, making more complex sounds to be processed simultaneously. But these advancements come with a price tag. And don't get me wrong, you know, at the moment we're looking for a high-end workstation. We're looking in the £4,000s, probably equivalent dollars. And the question is, are we willing to pay for those advancements for the perceived audio enhancements? I quite often get asked, should I be recording at 96 kilohertz or 48 kilohertz? And I'll be honest with you, most people couldn't tell the difference. So innovation basically costs money, and early adopters of innovation always pay. I will cite the Korg Oasis, £8,000 when new. The follow-up was this machine behind me, the Korg Kronos, £3,000 when new. And yet that machine is arguably more functional than the Oasis. It takes its lineage from the Oasis, and yet the Oasis was much more expensive to produce because it was at the forefront of the technology when it came to market. But the thing about this industry is prices will eventually drop. Next common question comes from Fizgak. This was a response to the Oberheim OB-X8 is highway robbery. Roland TR8 foot pedal start. Mailbag I did in March 2024. And Fizzgak writes, I agree. The OB-X8 price is absolutely ridiculous. £5 for an old 8-voice synthesizer with no effects. What an absolute joke. I bought a third wave. 24 voices, great filters, effects, massive layering, flexible, high quality wavetable engine, and the same price. Perhaps still overpriced, but better value than the OB. That's for sure. I'll buy an OB-X8 when they liquidate them for peanuts. Hi, well, Fizzgate, what I would say is, first of all, you've probably just set a whole bunch of people's backs up with your statement about the price of the OB-X8 and what you think about the OB-X8. And I think there's been enough comments on the channel about the cost of the Oberheim OB-X8, if I'm brutally honest. And I think it's overpriced. I've always thought it was overpriced, but loads of people jumped in on the channel when I did a video about the cost of the OB-X8 and said I didn't know what I was talking about. It became a very prickly subject every time it came up on the channel, either in a mailbag or in a rant or something else. Lots of people jumped in, and there were lots of people for and lots of people against. But I have to be honest that I do like the comment about liquidating stock. I think the other thing you've got to remember about the Oberheim stuff is the price is probably always going to be higher. Not necessarily because it's a premium product, which Oberheim kind of see themselves as a premium product. So, they see themselves in a different market to the Rolands, the Yamahas, the Korgs, etc., etc. I think they think they're competing with Sequential, which is hilarious because Sequential, at the end of the day, and Oberheim work together to get the latest Oberheim products to market. But what I would say about this whole sort of kind of area is, if you price the product at the appropriate level, you will sell them. And product pricing, and I think at a point last year when I was helping somebody try to work out product pricing, is a minefield in terms of how much do you charge, how much do you have to charge to cover your overheads. And if you do a limited production run where you're buying goods in the same way, then you will find, goods at the same scale, I should say, what you will find is the amount of money you need to charge to cover the cost of production, the cost of overheads to make the company run, and to make a profit, because at the end of the day, it's all about making a profit, increases substantially. And because of that, what you have to do is you have to bump the price up, and then you have to justify why the price is high. I kind of struggle with the price. I kind of struggle with the price because I think you can buy, and this is going to be controversial and probably people will jump on top of me, I think you can buy as good from other manufacturers cheaper.